6 days ago, Mojang revealed the spear, and I have seen a lot of hype surrounding it, and a lot of misinformation too, so here's everything you need to know about the new spear weapon, and some common misconceptions. First of all, the spear is not going to break Minecraft PvP. People said the same thing about the mace, and the most we got was a new PvP category. It's also not even out yet, at all. I've seen the montages and I've seen the videos people threw together for some views, so just know, as of this video's release, the spear is not out yet. Most of what you're seeing is actually a datapack recreation by a very talented person named Glueit. I'll leave a link for the datapack down below if anyone wants to use it, but I will say it is probably inaccurate based on how little information we have confirmed. Speaking of which, the spear has yet to have any confirmed enchants. However, considering it is a tiered weapon unlike the mace or trident, we can assume it's going to abide by the basic enchant rules, like sharpness or smite, with maybe a few new enchants as well as the universal mending and unbreaking. Now, I want to get into a few specific details about how the spear functions. Firstly, the spear has two types of attacks. The first being a long-range jab with a set damage. This attack was revealed to have more reach than other weapons, which is the first time we've seen anything like this. Its damage will also scale depending on the tier of spear used, and most likely an enchant much like sharpness, but we don't know yet. The second attack is the most interesting of the two. By pressing right click, the spear lowers, dealing damage based on not only your own velocity, but the velocity of the other entity as well. And this scales at 1 damage or half a heart per block traveled per second. I don't think we can expect this function to scale based off of weapon tier, but possibly an enchant, much like how density scales the damage of the mace. However, like I said, nothing is confirmed. What is confirmed though is that this attack has the ability to knock people off of mounts, which I really enjoy. However, if you hold this attack too long, the spear begins to shake and it loses this ability. The shaking mechanic of the spear is very interesting, because unlike any other weapon we've seen, the spear starts to shake sooner the better the material it's made of, which makes it the only weapon that gets any sort of downgrade the higher tiered it is, and I personally really like this addition. It feels good seeing Mojang try and add a trade-off mechanic to a weapon for once. And now I want to clear up a few misconceptions. Firstly, while the spear has a chance of being intended as a counter to the mace, it is not likely going to be better. This is mainly based off the fact that the mace is an epic rarity item while the spear is ranked as common. Not only that, but it's a tiered weapon, much like a sword or an axe. This means that it has different versions made out of different materials. The mace does not have this and is also considerably harder to obtain. So all you mace fans can calm down just a little bit. Secondly, uncommon to popular belief, the spear is not a horizontal mace. The spear was stated in the Minecraft Live to do damage based on velocity. This means speed in either direction with some emphasis on angle. The mace, on the other hand, does damage based on falling distance and not speed. The two function mechanically different from one another, and I think we can still expect the mace to be better in the long run. All in all, the spear looks very, very promising so far, and I can only imagine some of the cool possibilities people will start to think of. And I'm sure it'll get better the more information is revealed, and personally, I think Mojang has been cooking with the updates recently, so I'm going to trust the process. Also, this is my first time making a video like this, so if you enjoyed, subscribe or comment just to let me know your thoughts on it and how you think the spear is going to turn out.